Dear Andalusian deputies, there is in Spain hardly a more neglected place in terms of communication than the one we deal with. Such an important strategic place that only has the ships that call at the port and its maritime resources. When more than 170 years ago, Pascual Madoz wrote this text for the Algeciras entry in his dictionary, he could not foresee that in 2020 this enclave would continue to be left on its own devices. More than 100 years ago, in 1919, the construction of an electrified European gauge double-track railway between the port of Algeciras and the French border was approved with an absolute majority in the same Spanish courts where you now represent us. Since then, monarchies, republics and dictatorships have passed through Spain, governments of the right and of the left. We have even ceded part of our sovereignty to the European Union. Since then, this railway has existed in 8 official execution plans of all possible levels, one every 12.5 years. The last one, the inclusion by the European Union of this section in the Atlantic and Mediterranean corridors, with the aim of having a double electrified track of European gauge between Algeciras and the French border. Does it sound familiar? Well, in 100 years, nothing. We are following the plans of the current route and cannot see any progress. Getting from Algeciras to the capital of the province by train takes us only 7.5 hours. Yes, you heard that correctly. It takes us the same time to get from Algeciras to Bobadilla as it did 50 years ago, when the diesel trains that are still running came into service. All this if they don't break down, because breakdowns is what you get when using old trains that previously were rejected in Extremadura because of their poor standards. The transport of goods with Madrid equals that of the 19th century because the service is what it is. There are 130 days left until the deadline granted by the EU to have the first section of the Mediterranean corridor, Algeciras-Madrid, operational. The Algeciras-Madrid route is the first section of the Mediterranean corridor according to the EU. You can find a web link with information at the end of the document that I'm reading. We are tired of empty promises, continuous delays and continuous forgetfulness. The most recent one when the deadline granted for the completion of the electrical substations of Ronda and Marchanilla was breached. We suffer from an unfair competition from other Spanish ports that receive more investments, and we co-live with other ports that play with special cards, Tanger Med and Gibraltar. There is no project, there is no interest, and the worst thing is a terrible feeling that we are being played with. The problem is, however, that they are playing with the port of Algeciras Bay, by far the largest port in Spain, 25% more traffic than Valencia. They are playing with the only land border that Spain maintains as a member of the EU at present. Gibraltar may seem far away from a sofa in Madrid, but you can imagine how close it feels from La Línea de la Concepción. They are playing with a population of more than 250,000. They are playing with the whole of Andalusia. They are playing with the daily bread of many people, and what is more serious, they are playing with our children's future. From Andalusia Bay 2030, we would like to inform you, as a parliamentarian who represents our land in the Congress of Deputies, about the reality that we live in this region. We would love to have a meeting with the 61 Andalusian deputies to show them where the future of Andalusia lies. We would ask you not to forget that an armchair in Madrid can never be an objective in itself. It is only a tool to achieve the prosperity of the region. We remain at your disposal and ask kindly for your help, so that once and for all, the high-performance trains demanded by the European Commission become a reality as soon as possible. Yours sincerely, Andalusia.